Hey guys, Max here, and in this video I want to share another money-making method that you can use if you have an internet marketing business and it's possible for you to internationalize it. So I'm just doing my treadmill here. It's a warm-up because treadmill is no workout, you know, you have to do like something else after. So I'm going to do like a circuit after. I just had eye surgery, so I had like a retina detachment or something. And I had to have like some minor surgery, so I can't do much heavy stuff for like 2 months, which is really bad, you know. Not too happy with that, but hey, what can you do? So yeah, back to the internationalization of things. So just a little story to start with, but before, I want to say that if you apply these methods, like if you can sell in other languages, that's for example, let's say right now you only sell in the US. Well, if you start selling in other even markets in English and then markets in other languages, you could sell into maybe 1 or 2 more languages, and that has by itself the potential to double your business. And it's not as hard as you think. So I want to talk about that today. And obviously you may have a business that is not conducive to doing that. You know, it's just not going to work. But if it's possible for you, if you can envision that, like listen to the tips in this video. So basically, the story is that for the past 3-4 years, I've been growing my personal, my website where I sell weight loss programs. So nutrition programs, exercise programs, coaching programs, everything to help people lose weight. And I've been doing a pretty great job, if I can say that. But then in the last year, I traveled to a bunch of places, one of them being Colombia. And I spent like a couple of months in Colombia, enough to start learning a new language, Spanish, which in my opinion, like, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I became pretty good at. Like I could, when I was starting out, I would go on a date and I had to get on my Google Translate after like 30 minutes because I didn't know what to say, you know? Well, I knew what to say, but I couldn't say it in Spanish. And you have this girl in front of you sitting there and she's like just waiting that you can figure out your Google Translate. So that really motivated me anyway. So after like 3-4 months of studying 1 hour a day, I became pretty good at it. So then I started thinking, wow, I could almost do my site in Spanish, you know? And I started doing that. I started like managing this whole little project and targeting South America. And I hired translators that I managed myself, you know? So I started thinking about that, and then the site started doing pretty well. Like I got some sales from it. I was like all excited. I was like, holy shit, why did I not do that before, right? So then I started thinking, how could I translate that site? And like if it worked well in one language, like just asking, how could I like translate it in 10 languages, you know? And I was like, oh wow, I have no idea. Let me just change arms because my arm is kind of tired. But yeah, so I was like, I don't have no fucking idea, you know, how to do that. But I was like, it would probably be, I would have to hire a project manager. Let me just put you here. Yeah, I would have to hire a project manager in each language that would basically follow my instructions and translate the site, right? So I ended up doing that, and now my site is in English, Portuguese, and German. And I'm still figuring them out, you know. I think I went a bit too quick. I went a bit too fast with these sites, just because, yeah, I think I translated in too many languages too quick. So Portuguese, German sites are not getting that much traction now, but I'm working on that. And I think these are great markets, you know? So how do you do it yourself? Well, I have some tips for you. The first tip is don't do it yourself. You need to hire someone to manage the whole project and manage translators. What you do yourself is you build out the procedure on how, let's say you have a product website that sells whatever, you know, like information product or even coaching programs, or even physical products, you know. You build the basic procedure, and then you have someone that ideally an expert in localization, that's the term, and then they oversee the whole project, and you're just there being sure everything's done right. That's the best way of doing it. Now, that's not, what I like to do is, I don't want to, if let's say, for example, my site, it's an information product, so I need to translate the whole marketing site and the whole information product. So that's like 60,000 words, right? That's like a $2,000–3,000 just the translation cost. And that's if I get some good deals on translation. So I don't want to just throw $3–4 grand at something I'm not sure is going to work. So what I do, then that's another tip for you, is you test out a very basic version. I call it a minimum viable funnel. So basically what you do, at least what I did, is I have a funnel with like 10 products. Well, I only translated everything for just one product. So it was like my cheapest product, my front-end product. And I tested only the language for that specific product. And then if the product would get sales, I could say, okay, like, this is probably gonna work, you know? The product gets no sales on ads. It's like, wow, that's gonna be an uphill battle from there. Pretty much cut your losses. So what that allows you to do is you can set up a very minimal website, and then you only have to translate one product, which is a lot less work. And yeah, just overall this idea of like, test it out first. If you can find some way, if you have like a Shopify store, I don't know, like just test one product, see if it's gonna sell. Because a lot of these markets have a lot of, you know, different conditions to them. They have like, it's a different environment. Some markets don't use credit cards, some markets, you know, there's so many things, you're right? But overall, I'm really happy I did it. And I did want to say that for all of you product business owners out there, or even software entrepreneurs, or physical, you know, business owners, it's not that hard to translate your site. And then if you're competing in a market like the US, just by translating, you can now be #1 in some other market like French, Spanish, Portuguese, German, you know, which are big markets. And since nobody targets these markets, you can be #1, you know, it's possible. So I wanted to share that, hope it helps, and I'm gonna do my workout now. Peace out.